everyone. I am going to show you my recipe for my homemade banana bread. You'll have to excuse, I already squished or mashed my bananas because I decided about halfway through mashing the bananas I was going to film this. So here's my list of ingredients, and I'll take a picture of this and post it at the end. And where it says 3 over-ripened bananas, I actually use 3.5, sometimes I use 4, sometimes I use 3, just depends. Here's the back, preheat to 350. I'll take a picture of this too. So here's what I also do, is on the top is I add some local honey, and I also add some brown sugar. But first I'm going to finish mashing my bananas, and then I'm going to combine my flour, baking soda, and salt. So let me do that, and I'll show you what you do after that. Okay, so I combined my flour and everything, and normally I would use a bigger bowl, but I've done a lot of baking today, so all my other bowls are dirty. So we're just going to use a regular bowl, even though there's not a lot of space. And I've got my baking soda, salt, flour. I greased my bread pan and preheated my oven. Now I'm going to come over to my mixer and add my butter, vanilla, and brown sugar. Okay, while I have this all being creamed together in my mixer, I'm also going to beat 2 eggs, and I just use a coffee cup. Okay, now that that's nice and mixed together, add in your eggs, which have already been beaten, and give it a little bit more stir. Sometimes, especially if you're using a mixer, it gets kind of stuck up on the edges, so this is where I like to scrape it all back down and give it a little mix, and then I'm going to add in, excuse all my baking mess, and then I'm going to add in my mashed bananas. Okay. Whoa, that looks crazy. Let's turn off that light. There we go. Sorry about that. So now I've got my bananas all mixed in, so now I'm going to slowly add my flour mixture, but you want to make sure that you don't overmix, because if you overmix, then your dough is going to be completely compromised. So stir it in slowly, but make sure you do not overmix. Okay, what I do is I mix it in my mixer until it looks like this, and as you can see, there's still a bunch of flour stuck on the side. So I'm going to take it, my mixer off now, and just give it a little quick hand stir, and then use my spatula to get it all in my greased pan here. That way because if I left it in here until it was perfectly all off the side of the bowl, it would probably be overmixed, and I don't want to do that. So, okay, so now I've got my banana bread in my loaf pan. Now this is completely optional. You can leave it alone, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of light brown sugar. I just like that it gives it like a little sweetness to the crust. And then I'm also going to sprinkle just a little bit of honey on top. Okay, here it is in my 350-degree preheated oven. Now it'll probably take, just kind of depending on your oven. Mine's fairly new, so it's still pretty accurate. It's probably going to take a good hour, maybe 50 minutes. It just kind of depends on how many bananas you use. When I only used 3 bananas, it took about 50 minutes, but when I used 4, it took around an hour, so it just really depends. So this is my gorgeous bread all finished. It took a total of 55 minutes for this loaf. As you can see, it's just perfect. I'm going to let it cool just a little bit in here, and then I'm going to take it out as soon as it's, I can touch it without burning my hand, and let it cool on a plate. And then I'm going to eat half of it, like right now, because it smells so amazing. My whole house smells like delicious banana bread. Love it.